Hi you guys, so I was sitting here and this is going to be super informal and I know that that is what you love, so that is what I am going to do. I wanted to give you guys a chit chat and an update on what's been going on with us because I know that I haven't been putting videos out quite as much as I was before. I know that you guys are very understanding and I love each and every one of you, especially the ones that comment all the time because I get to know you guys and I really feel like I get to chat with you guys and just get familiar with you through your comments. So I do really appreciate that. And I know that you guys have been asking me a little bit on Instagram. A couple of you have my number to text me. Some of you have been emailing me, things like that, just to kind of keep updated. And I know that a couple of you have expressed concern, like, I miss you, girl, what's going on? And so I kind of wanted to do a chit chat. I'm going to try not to rock and give you motion sickness on a video, but I might have to rock him a little bit because he's wanting to nurse and I'm trying to avoid that in the video, okay? So, let's see. I started trying to video more regularly and get back on schedule after him. It has been a little bit difficult, I will say, just because, not because he's a newborn or because he's difficult, but just because he had so many gassy issues in the beginning and because he was just fussy, you know, he was just a little bit of a fussy baby as far as that went. His tummy would bother him and things like that. I do think that that's getting better and he's getting older and a little bit less clingy, not too much. As you can see, I am holding him right now, but this is kind of how it is when I hold him. He wants to be a big boy, so he's not hungry right now. He might be a little bit munchy because he's kind of been munching instead of fully nursing all the way, so he might be a little munchy, but this is kind of just him in general. He's very wiggly. He wants to move all around. He thinks he's grown, but he's not. His head gets tired, but he wants to move it all around and look, and he doesn't want you to hold it or support it. He wants to be on his own. He'll snatch away from you. He wants to do it himself. He's already got an independent streak at 3 months old, so it's like, holy cow. So that's been going on, and it has been a little bit difficult to film just because of those reasons and because I am nursing. So it's not like, give him a bottle, he eats the whole bottle, you know exactly how much he ate, and there you go. Some days he is a snacker. He is a snacky baby, and Killian was like this too. I don't know if a lot of nursing babies are like this, but he wants to eat a little and then stop and then look at you and then play a minute and then eat some more and then eat a little bit more of a snack and then play around a little bit and then talk to you and then you love on him and then eat a little more. And so when that happens, sometimes you're holding him for a very long period of time, or he plays and you think, okay, we're good, and then he's hungry again. And so it can be difficult to find blocks of time to film, and that's where I'm at. I have been like filming for 10 minutes and then going to him and then filming for 10 minutes and then kind of editing it all together in this big string. And that's kind of what I was doing for a while. When I first started putting out videos again, that's kind of how I was getting it done, is I would just do it in little snippets of time, and that's how I accomplished it. Now I'm really trying to, that was really frustrating, I'm not gonna lie, because it felt like all I was doing all day was working and working and working at this one video that was never going to get done, and it was really frustrating for me. But I have started crafting again. I've actually made and put out 2 new junk journals on in my Etsy shop, so that will be linked at the end of the video. It will be a link that you can click on in the end cards. And so you can click on that and go straight to my Etsy shop. I have those just posted. I just listed those 2 junk journals, and I also did a flip through on my channel that I will link in the description box below as well, if I can remember. Ashley, please remember. But so I am super excited to be getting my feet back into that because I've missed it a lot. I bought some new paper. I was super inspired. I was like, you know what, it's now or never. If I keep putting it off, I'm never going to get it done, so we're going to do this. And so I started making more junk journals, and it was so much fun. I loved it. I did it for like 3 days straight and just made a bunch of them. Any spare moment that I had, I would go and craft a little bit, and there you go. Now here we are. I made 2 of them. I'm still in the process of making a few more. I kind of am taking a break to focus on everything else and then going back to it. I think that's going to work out well. So I'm excited about that. I'm kind of trying to give YouTube a little bit more of some attention, and then I'll go back to junk journaling. I think that's kind of how I'm going to have to work for a little bit. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. It's I feel like we're getting our routine down a little bit better. We're getting our homeschool routine down. Tristan knows exactly what to do. You know, if I give him the pad of paper and say, you know what to do with this paper is for your spelling words, these worksheets are for math, like he kind of knows what to do. So he can get started on his own, and then I come back and check his work, and I explain the directions, and I do all of the things, and we can get into a routine as far as the busy work part is concerned. And then when it comes to the bigger lesson, we come together and do all of that. But while I'm feeding him, I don't have to be standing over him. He can write his spelling words and knows how many times to write it and what paper to write it on and all of that while I'm feeding his brother and things like that. So I think it's really meshing a little bit better right now. After all of that kind of happened, Joshua was put into the hospital. So that was a really big scare for us and our family. He was put into the hospital. He had to go by himself, which was incredibly nerve-wracking. He came home from work early, and he was kind of stressing out because he was having heart palpitations, and he knew that his heart was going into AFib, which it has happened on numerous occasions before. He is prone to go into AFib, and that is when your heart goes out of rhythm and it won't go back in. Like, it'll never go back in sync. It goes out of rhythm. It puts you at risk for stroke, heart attack, all kinds of other complications. Especially with him being so young, it's very concerning. Usually people don't go into AFib like that, and they're not prone to AFib like he is unless they're older, like elderly older, or at least like, you know, late 40s, 50s, and he's 28 years old and he has issues with AFib. Now, part of that is self-inflicted. It's put on by his own self because he drinks way too much caffeine. He stresses out, and he really is like, he stresses out in here. It's not just that his surroundings are that stressful, but he is just a stressed out kind of person. He's not good at handling stress. He is just a wiggler. Do y'all see how much he is wiggling around? It is crazy. So, but that is part of it. But he is trying to get better. He has changed his diet a lot. He's trying to lose a little bit of weight because that is a little bit of it. Not much because he's really not that overweight, but he's trying to lose a little bit of weight and get healthier, tone up a little bit. We both are trying to do that. I'm doing a lot of workouts like at home and stuff just to be healthier and feel better. I mean, I'm gonna have to tone up to deal with all of these boys, you know what I mean? Because God knows they're gonna be super active, and with the hours that their daddy works, mom is gonna be having to practice with them too, you know what I mean? So I want to be that for my kids, and so does he. So he's really making a lot healthier decisions, healthier choices, bringing his lunch a lot to work, creating healthier dinners for himself and things like that. Even if it's different than the dinners that we have, then he's doing that. And so, yeah, we've been trying to make a lot healthier decisions and buy healthier products. He's smiling at me in the video because he is adorable. And so, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been not the hospital part, but just getting used to our routines, getting healthier, making healthier decisions. And he's been trying to cut down on smoking, and hopefully that will be the next step, is to quit doing that. He's cut out like a lot of caffeine and all of energy drinks because he was drinking quite a bit of those. So he has stopped doing that. But yes, he was in the hospital. They did keep him overnight, and the overnight part, I was away from him. So I was with the boys. That morning, my mom came and got the older boys, and I kept him just because I do have to nurse him, and I didn't have that much milk stored. I didn't have enough to be gone from him all day. I didn't know how long I was going to be gone from him. They were talking about keeping him another night. I wasn't going to leave him. So I took this little booger and we went to the hospital, and they did end up having to shock his heart with the paddles, the defibrillator paddles. They had to shock him. It was one paddle on the chest here in the middle of his chest and one paddle on his back, and they had to shock it back into rhythm. So they did put him to sleep and shock him back into rhythm. So he had like paddle marks where it was burned into his chest for a few days before it would go away. So super scary. I think it like scared him into taking some action. I wish it would have scared him into stopping smoking, but it did scare him away from caffeine, so he hasn't been doing that. And he has been feeling a lot better. I think just without the caffeine and energy drinks from all that sugar, just from these few weeks, like he's already dropped a pant size and he's lost a little bit of weight. So it's crazy how fast men can lose weight if they change like one thing about their diet, but women can do all these drastic things and they don't lose weight. It's crazy to me how our bodies are just different that way. But anyway, that's really the only stressful thing that's happened, is just him being in the hospital and that being really, really scary. I mean, your heart is nothing to laugh at. That's not a small thing. It's not like your appendix ruptures and you have to get your appendix out. This is something that obviously powers the rest of your body, so it is a very obvious vital organ to you, and it is a scary thing to have something go wrong with, especially at such an early age. So we're trying to get that into control. He is on medication every day, so that's, you know, something different, and it just keeps his heart in rhythm. It helps keep it regulated and stuff like that. So yeah, we're working on it, keeping an eye on it, and he's making healthier choices in the meantime. So it's super good. The boys are doing really well. It was just Killian's 3rd birthday, so he is 3. He is 3 months. It is crazy how fast time is just flying by. Tristan is 6. He'll be 7 at the end of this year. Like, I can't even believe it. It's just nuts to me. And they're doing so well. They're just doing really, really well. Killian is just talking like a grown person, just like Tristan, following in his brother's footsteps, and I'm sure he will be the same. Jaren has been spending a lot of time like on trips and doing things, but we've still been getting him as much as possible. Yeah, we've been visiting my grandparents where we are from. It's about 4 hours away from here, south of here, and we've been visiting them more often just so the boys can get to know them, and I'm missing them terribly. So now that Joshua is just, we're kind of able to manipulate his schedule to where his off time falls on times where we can just go, and so we've been doing that. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's been going on with us. That's pretty much the updates. Just a lot of different things. We've been really busy, but it's all good things except for Joshua's, you know, heart scare. And honestly, I think that that kind of helped be positive now, because it's going to, you know, make him make positive decisions. So it's going to be good for us in the long run. I think it's going to kind of solve a lot of his heart issues because it helps him make those good decisions. So yeah, little one is growing. I just actually filmed, you probably, if you have seen this before or you see it after, in those 2 videos, you will probably notice it's the same position, same clothes. I just did that video with his 3-month update. I don't know when exactly that's going to post. I will probably post this one first and that one after, so you guys can look for that. On the 10th, he will be 3 months old, and I don't think that I did a 2-month update for you guys. So I update you guys with his 2-month weight and all of that he was when we went to the doctor at 2 months old. That was about 3 weeks ago. So I'm sure he has gotten bigger since then, because he's a big boy. He's a big boy. Yes, he is. But you can see he is smiling. He is chubby. And I'll just, since I'm posting this one first, like you can see, like he's rolly. He's chubby with his chubby cheeks. And he is just a beautiful little smiley little chunk. And I love it. I just love having chubby babies. It is so much fun. And look at him. Like, the buttons on this shirt are like super easy to unbutton, and he's wiggled until he has unbuttoned all the buttons on this shirt. Crazy. I have another shirt under it, by the way, but he has unbuttoned the whole buttons of this shirt. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update and a chit chat, because I haven't chatted with you guys in a while, and I wanted to do that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I am going to go and feed this little guy before he starts to get unsmiley and frustrated with me, and I hope that you guys will stick around and watch more videos. If you're new, I'm not going to make you any promises that I'm going to film tons and tons of videos, but I am getting back on track. I mean, hello, I'm already back into crafting, so I am on the right track. I'm getting there, ladies. I am getting there. And gentlemen, if there are any. But please, I beg of you, leave your comments down below. Definitely hit that like button so I know what videos you're liking, what you're not. Any suggestions you have, any questions, any comments. If you just want to chat, girlfriend, you just leave those comments down below because I love hearing from you guys more than anything. That is why I do this channel. It is for no other reason than to connect with other people, help each other out, uplift each other, and just share my life with you. It's this crazy thing that I call life with all the craziness inside of it, and I love to share it with you. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. So definitely leave those comments down below. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.